The real question is not whether you will use imagination, you will. The question is how you will direct it. Welcome to today's video where we explore the powerful relationship between anxiety and faith. If you have ever wondered why some moments fill you with doubt while others inspire courage, you are in the right place. We'll break down how both anxiety and faith stem from the same source, your imagination, and how changing the way you use it can transform your life. Anxiety is one of the most misunderstood human experiences. Many people think it is weakness or a flaw in personality, but anxiety is not a defect. It is a mental and psychological state that happens when the mind projects a threatening future, and the body reacts as if that future is happening now. Your heart beats faster, your breathing shifts, your muscles tighten, and your thoughts begin racing, not because something dangerous is happening in the present moment, but because something might happen. Anxiety is anticipation mixed with uncertainty. It is imagination pointed toward fear. At its root, anxiety is a survival mechanism. Long ago, this response protected human beings from real physical danger. If there was a predator nearby, the body needed to react instantly. The challenge today is that this same system is triggered by psychological threats instead of physical ones. A presentation, an opinion from someone else, a financial goal, or even thinking about the future can activate the same fight or flight response. The mind imagines a rejection, failure, or embarrassment or loss, and the body prepares for danger. That is why anxiety feels so real, even when nothing harmful is happening around you. Here's where the deeper understanding begins. Anxiety and faith come from the same mental faculty, imagination. The difference is direction. Anxiety uses imagination to picture what can go wrong. Faith uses imagination to picture what can go right. Anxiety expects loss. Faith anticipates growth. Anxiety rehearses disaster. Faith rehearses possibility. Both are forms of belief about the future. One assumes danger, the other assumes development. Faith is not blind optimism or ignoring challenges. It is a decision about where to focus your internal energy. Choosing faith does not mean pretending obstacles do not exist. It means believing you have the capacity to handle them. When you operate from faith, your nervous system responds differently. Instead of constant tension, there is steadiness. Instead of bracing for impact, you prepare for opportunity. Your tone changes, your posture changes, your decisions change, and because behavior shapes outcomes, this internal shift begins influencing your external results. Consider how this affects your life experience. When anxiety dominates, hesitation follows, you overthink, you delay action, you interpret neutral situations negatively, you avoid risks that could expand your life. Over time, anxiety shrinks your world because it convinces you that small is safe, but safety and growth rarely occupy the same space. Faith, on the other hand, encourages movement. You speak even if your voice shakes. You try even when the outcome is uncertain. You act despite discomfort. That action creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence strengthens faith. A positive cycle begins. It is important to understand that faith is not the absence of fear. Fear is natural human emotion. Faith is movement despite fear. Even confident people feel anxiety. The difference is they do not allow anxiety to define their identity or dictate their choices. They acknowledge it, they move forward anyway. Faith becomes a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it grows. In the same way, anxiety grows when constantly fed with catastrophic thinking. What you repeatedly rehearse becomes your default state. Your life experience is shaped by the domain narrative in your mind. If anxiety is the loudest voice, the world feels hostile and unpredictable. If faith becomes louder, the world begins to feel filled with opportunity. The external environment may not immediately change, but your interpretation does, and interpretation determines a response. Two people can face the same setback. One sees proof of failure, the other sees feedback for growth. The event is identical, the meaning assigned to it is different. That meaning shapes the next action. So the real question is not whether you will use imagination, you will. The question is how you will direct it. Will you mentally rehearse failure or mentally prepare for success? Will you allow anxiety to project a future you fear, or will you cultivate faith that projects a future you are willing to build? Every small decision strengthens one path or the other. Anxiety narrows your vision, faith expands it. Anxiety contracts your body, faith opens it. Anxiety focuses on control and worst-case scenarios. Faith focuses on trust in growth, trust in learning, trust in your ability to adapt. When you understand this, managing anxiety becomes less about eliminating thoughts and more about redirecting them. It becomes a practice of consciously choosing which internal story deserves your energy. In the end, anxiety and faith both ask the same question: what will happen? Anxiety answers with fear, faith answers with possibility. and whichever answer you consistently reinforce begins shaping the reality you experience. Anxiety and faith originate from the same place. One expects fear, the other expects growth. The question is, which one are you feeding? Thank you for watching and joining this journey towards greater self-awareness and growth. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content on mindset and personal development. Remember, the story you feed within shapes the life you build. Choose faith over fear and embrace the possibilities ahead.